One day, I'm gonna be famous.
The views and opinions expressed here are solely our own. This ain't your regular podcast. Ain't no disrespect intended. It's all for the culture. CLTure Cartel, that is.
What's going on, my G, man? It's been a long time.
You already
feel me?
know.
How everything been?
Cool.
Man, we back again one more time. Another episode 6 of the CLTure Cartel. Man, we gonna kick it off like we always do, man. We gonna wrap this up, talk about what's going on with the sports, with the culture, just for the people in general, man. So, man, before we get into that, man, what's been going on with you, though, man? Let the people know what's going on. So.
You know, same old.
Yeah.
Shaking and moving a little bit, trying to stay out the way. You know, everybody getting in trouble, so I'm trying to make sure I don't get in there.
That's conversation right there. You feel me? Hot topics of the day. Like, it's a lot of stuff that obviously we been seeing in the media. You know, we gotta touch on some of this, man. Fill the people in. You know what I'm saying? Get our own opinion on this. Take it. What's going on? So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I know you done seen what they've been talking about with the women. You know what I'm saying? With the WNBA.
Time out. You do this every time, bro.
Oh, you already know, man.
You the one made this up.
I mean, we got to take a shot then, right?
There we
What's
go.
It, a 2-shot minimum? Come on.
There you go.
For the culture one more time, you know what I'm saying?
You do it every time.
Gang. Let's do it.
You do it every time.
There we go.
I ain't about to sit up here with you today and do all this drinking either. I'm gonna tell you that now.
It's a quote unquote holiday / family day off. You feel me?
You know
That's what we do.
I had to bring out the alma mater, you know. Thank you, Brian.
And rep it, man. You already know.
Thank you, Brian.
We always supporting the culture, so yeah. Shout out to all the HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all the people. So again, I'm about to get right into it, man. We been talking about NFL, basketball, WNBA, all the stuff going on, man. So you seen what's going on with how they still trying to like put Caitlyn and Angel Reese against each other.
Right.
We back in a new season of the WNBA, so still shout out to the girls. You know, I'm actually excited to see how this season gonna take off and like, you know, how they gonna grow the brand and grow, you know what I'm saying, the whole league. But they kind of making this like a back and forth between them two women, like, you feel me? How you feel about that?
So my thing is, they always gonna be compared with each other. My opinion, they need to cut it because Angel is a brand. She plays basketball. To me, she could be a lot better. She's not on the level that Caitlyn is on. So they need to just go ahead and stop comparing them two together. Let them go their own ways. Stop all the villainous, the good guy, the bad guy, all that. Like, let them two ladies play ball. Caitlyn is on a different level than her. She's breaking records. Angel broke a couple records too, but as far as that basketball go, they on two different levels. Like, stop comparing each other. And I also feel like that whole foul that Caitlyn did with her, it was a basketball play. If it had been two men, it wouldn't even have been that big of a deal as it is. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out to them ladies, but stop comparing them two.
You touched on a couple key points though. Like, I think of course the league got to have some parity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't have Batman without having, you know what I'm saying, the Joker. So like, although they try to pit them against each other, like, you know, the good versus the bad, or how they trying to spin it, like, I think that's still good for the brand of the league because they do bring in, you know what I'm saying, media attention, people watching. But for the two ladies involved, definitely, like you said, it's unfair. You know what I'm saying? When you compare them, like, as far as just their position or just how they ball, like, Caitlyn is a little bit different than Angel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just no disrespect to Angel. Like, she do her thing. Like you said, she breaking records and shit, too.
They're two different players.
But they're two different players, that's for sure. And I think the media definitely spinning it, you know, trying to, like, do this, like, duality, even like a little black and white thing. We could say what it is, like,
Exactly.
sometimes they trying to make it a race car because obviously you heard that they were saying that some of the fans was, you know, doing like racial slurs to Angel while they was at that game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was before the foul or after the foul, but the league is investigating, like, you know what I'm saying, like some of the comments the fans may be saying. So
what they gonna investigate? I mean, they're gonna say the fan can't come back?
I guess that's where they're gonna boil down to. But I mean, one thing to these fans, man, listen, it's cool to love your team and do, you know what I'm saying, do what you do, support your team, rock out, have fun, yeah, but sometimes y'all be crossing the line crazy with, just what y'all think, you know what I'm saying? It's culture. Like they be saying things to the men too, like just wild stuff, like out loud. You feel me? And that ain't got no place in sports. You feel me? So we gonna cut that. Y'all need to go ahead and chill out with that. You know what I'm saying? Come to the game, do your thing, have a good time. You bring your family. Cause it's still a family environment. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You got kids, you got wives in here. So, you know, y'all gotta learn to just be in pocket and chill out. But it's showing the character of people though. You know what I mean? At the
It's
same
definitely
time.
the culture of the people right now, and that the environment that we in right now, the times we in. It's crazy, but yeah, I don't know what they can't suspend fans for. I mean, definitely it is not. You don't have a place for that in the arenas and stuff, but it's all part of heckling. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't want, if I'm out there playing, I don't want nobody calling me the nigga and all that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna really bother me none, but I mean, it is what it is. You can't tell fans can't come no more because you saying the N word. I mean,
Now, on a real level between the two women, how you think that is? You think it's competition? You think it's just a sport, or you think them girls got some real animosity towards each other? Type.
I feel like they do got animosity towards each other, and for what I don't know. It should just be competitive, but I really feel like it's beyond that now, because even last year when they fouled Caitlyn, you seen Angel on the side like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't cool. I'm not sitting up here on that same thing that RG3 was on. Like I ain't going that route. That's
Hey,
not what
my
I'm
man
saying
was
at all.
wilding, yo.
He wilding, but.
What they call him, the milkman?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't going that route.
He called himself the milkman.
You know what I'm
so
saying? But I feel
allegedly,
like,
you feel me?
I feel like Angel was a little wrong. Like she was cheering it. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't cool. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's basketball. I think they making more of it because they're girls, and part of it is because they trying to, you know what I'm saying, make money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a storyline. Like you said, sports is still entertainment. You got to sell the product.
Right.
So I think the league is definitely taking a moment to captivate the star quality of these two girls and like, you know, use that to piggyback the league. So definitely, you know, but for the women too, they, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure they deal with a lot of, you know, outside noise. They got to try to block out from social media to just the media itself and interviews. So like, it do become difficult when you in that spotlight to try to always box out those noises. You know what I'm saying? All the negativity, like.
But also though, it's doing exactly what the hell we doing. I'm just sitting here thinking we doing exactly what they want us. We talking about Caitlyn and Angel.
Facts.
And they not even, Caitlyn might be one of the best ones in the league, but we ain't even mentioned none of the other girls that really are, that's been putting in work, that's been in the league, and that's part of the narrative of why they was on Caitlyn so hard, because she came in the league and they're like, oh, she's the savior. Like, no, we been had, you know what I'm saying? So we playing kind of into that narrative a little bit. Now
For sure. I mean, that's a part of the sports that's natural that I understand. Like, you know, the rookies coming in, they got to pay their dues. You're going to have always veterans, I don't care what sport you in. They going to always try to try you as a little young nigga coming in, right? You feel me? Like, that's just what it is. So I think some of that definitely is just that fact that she got to go through some growing pains. But I be seeing some of the women still be trying to take a little couple cheap shots. I ain't gonna say that she don't get some of those.
So you gonna say they cheap shots? You gonna say they basketball, or is they cheap shots because they're girls, or is it cheap shots because
it's cheap shots in all sports. But sometimes you know a basketball player versus a non-basketball player.
Yeah, I got a homie that don't understand that Draymond be really out there doing some dirty shit. I ain't even gonna mention his name, but I fucks with Draymond, but my man act like Draymond is just
facts. No,
Draymond
listen,
be doing that shit on the
man, listen, you know some people play football defense when they playing basketball, so that's real facts. So this conversation still be like, again, what we got to spring into is like, how do we protect these women? How do we protect, you know what I'm saying, black women? You feel me? So you know this is a sensitive conversation, but you can't run from this conversation at all.
I'm gonna take a shot at
You know what I'm saying? We might you know what I'm saying, we might have to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, get a little extra for this one. But you know,
but time out, wait for it, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but you called that shit a minute ago about the 3-on-3 league, that rivalry. How you felt about that?
Oh man, I actually thought that was a really good product. So I mean, you know what I'm saying, springing back to the ladies, like I watched a lot of those games. You feel me? It was profitable. A lot of them women made more money than they make in their season. Definitely. So like, for them getting a bag and for them to be able to have a different opportunity to like brand themselves, that was super dope.
Yeah, and
so shout out to all the women who, you know what I'm saying,
and some does that. They actually owned it. Like they win it, they put their money up into it.
Oh nah, for sure. And then we touched on that in actually, you know what I'm saying, season 1 basically. Episode 1, excuse me. I meant to say. about the league, because that's before it even jumped off. So we was ahead of the curve in our time frame. But now watching that come to fruition, you know what I'm saying, and seeing the success of that, like I salute them women, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they took Ice Cube platform, so let's give out a shout to Ice Cube again, because
Definitely.
that type of structure is kind of the blueprint he laid down for people to go outside and get a bag outside the NBA, you know what I'm saying? So the women followed that model and they put it to great execution, you know what I'm saying? So shout outs to them for sure.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Now with this, of course, we can't run from stuff. This is the culture cartels. We gotta talk about what's in the culture.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We got all this stuff going on. Every time you turn around social media, you got Diddy news, you got Tory Lanez news resurfacing, you got new allegations on other people, and you know, DDG. Just naming a few type of people that's in this conversation all the time that we can't really escape from. You know what I'm saying? That we talking about women, talking about protecting women. Like, how you feel about what's going on, man, what you seeing out here, man?
I want to start this conversation off by saying, you heard the intro. The views and the opinions are just ours. It's nothing.
Hey, that's big facts, man. Can't hold nobody else to this.
You know what I'm
feel me?
saying? And I don't know I wasn't there on none of the situations.
So I hear you.
I just want to give my opinion, and
I hear where you
I don't
coming.
want to be counseled by no women. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And why would that be, Tay? Why would you have an
Because,
opinion
you know,
that'll
like-
cancel you from some women?
it's not even, I don't think that. I just feel like maybe, you know, like some women take certain situations more sensitive than a man might take it. And they might, you know what I'm saying? So as far as the Diddy case, neither one of us was there. A lot of people weren't there. A lot of people was there. Everybody who was there, they know what happened. They know how I feel. Me personally, he's definitely wrong for the abuse, and we all saw that. Everybody saw that. So yes, definitely wrong. RICO charges, I don't know, but you know, it can go either way. Like, the government will put it any type of way they want to make it, whatever narrative they want to do to swing it. It could be they want to take the black man down. It could be he's 100% wrong. Like, it just depends on, like, you know, laws are gray. They go different ways. You know what I mean? Just depend on your lawyer. I don't say that they need to fry that man for everything. I also feel like Cassie she might have been under the influence of drugs and some of that, but I have been following the cases.
It's on tape that she's been on the drugs pretty much the whole time.
She was, but it's also in court records that say, yeah, she did call him back and say, hey, you know, I want...
Allegedly.
No, there was.
I mean, this was alleged in the court.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So
yeah, I'm with you.
Definitely throw the allegedly out there.
Yeah,
but
because listen, we don't know nothing until the judge. You know what I'm saying? The jury, you know what I'm saying? What they call, like, they whole little. I don't know what's at the ending. Whenever they say their verdict, whatever that is, right? Facts. Then
you know
that's
what
what
I'm
we'll
saying?
say is what it is.
I don't want them to fry him for the shit that he didn't actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, some of the shit just might be catching up to him. You know, we had the conversation before, like, maybe this is just catching up to him. Like, he did shit. He didn't do this, but boom, you going down for this, and that's going to take care of all of that.
So I done had this conversation, especially with a lot of, you feel me, like, black women and people in my life, you know what I'm saying, different ages, different people. So, like, I'm listening to their conversation and dialogue. And that's what we having this conversation right here is, again, about understanding, you know what I'm saying, they viewpoint and where they coming from. Like, I'm with you. We seen this happen with Diddy. I'm not Diddy, with Kels, right?
Right.
We know Kels was doing crazy stuff with the minors early, right?
Right.
They let him slide on that one. They came back and got him for something different, right?
Definitely.
But it's like you said, it's karma catching up, because obviously he a horrible person for what he doing regardless, right? So
should karma be in the court of law, though?
I mean, I don't know. I ain't the judge of that neither. You feel me? I'm with you. Like, I'm not really the judge of that. At the end of the day, people got to atone for what they do, regardless on their own time. You feel me? But
let me ask you this question too. So if Diddy pay you $8,000 to smash Cassie in front of him, you doing
see,
it?
now you wildin'. See, you feel me? Yeah. I mean, listen. Now you asking me to incriminate myself, and I plead the fifth.
How is that incriminating yourself?
He trying to get me to say some crazy stuff on camera. You see my man?
I didn't say you had to do nothing with Diddy.
He's supposed to be my homie.
I asked if he paid you
Nah.
to smash Cassie in front of her, in front of him.
One, that number too low. But we're not gonna talk about what the number may be, but that number too low. But this is the real thing though. I want the black women to know, man, the CLTure Cartel, we with y'all 100%.
I'm gonna tell you now, he can give me $8,000.
I bet he can. You feel me? Your number may be lower than that.
To smash, you're right.
It might be lower than that.
He can look. I ain't say me. He can look, but that's as far as it's going. But the smash.
You a freaky nigga too, Tay.
Nah, I ain't with all that.
Now we seeing. Hey. Now we seeing. Hey, you seen in the CLTure Cartel, take for pay. Now, of course, for the women though, the real story is we hear, and with the conversation what I'm hearing you say basically in a real way is that we got to see how it play out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We hearing both sides of the story, and one of the conversations I was having with the ladies was, you know, your natural bias to feel a certain way based upon your upbringing or even your gender, and how that plays a factor in how we see it.
Right.
Like for the men, you know, there's probably something within us a little bit that we can understand Diddy's side of the conversation. And for women, definitely, they understand completely how Cassie feel. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, definitely.
I think we all need to like pause sometimes, wait till the facts come out. You feel me? Listen 100%. To both sides. But also, we definitely shouldn't blame the victim, you know what I'm saying, for coming out saying what they saying until we see how the stuff process, you know what I'm saying?
100% like, I'm not putting Cassie at fault saying she wrong for anything at all. I don't know, like, hey, more power. Like, she's strong for coming out with this, sitting on stand, you know what I'm saying, doing that. So more power to her on that anyways. And I'm not saying that she's right, wrong. Diddy's wrong, right. He is wrong for the abuse.
Oh, that nigga wrong, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Diddy is a bad dude.
Yeah,
a freaky nigga too. Now we say he's a little.
But like you said, we gotta wait till the facts come out. And being that we're talking about the facts come out, it's already a fact that Tory Lanez is in jail for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion. What do you feel about that now that he done got stabbed up and now it's coming out that he probably wasn't even the shooter? What you feel about that?
I mean, again, I'm tread lightly, of course, because, you know, this is where I'm trying to learn to take the facts in first before I pass judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of this conversation is about. It's like understanding both sides and being fair enough, smart enough to, you know what I'm saying, to see the angles, you know what I mean, all the nuances in the situation. They did the same thing to Tory to a certain degree. Like, he's not in jail for shooting Meg, he in jail for some other charges, right? So, but that's really the indictment on his character, though, is that the storyline is that he shot this woman, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the media run with, that's what everybody feels, even though that's not what he really in jail for, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like you said, there may be two different angles of how the system still railroading people a certain way. And, you know, they're trying to find a charge that will stick in the situation because they want to make sure, you know, something go down. But I'm with you. I'm waiting to see how the evidence flow out. You know what I'm saying? If the evidence is in his favor, it definitely would be crazy that he had to go through all of this, you know, situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you know, it come out that that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I got another question for you. You know you didn't shoot this woman, right? You gonna take them 10 years for the?
Gonna
take them 10 years
not a motherfucking chance, bro.
For the other shorty?
Not one way. Nah,
I mean, you gonna snitch? What you gonna do?
Nah, I ain't doing it.
You gonna say, nah, I ain't do that shit. She shot her?
Nah, see, he tried to play it on the G code, and that's what happened. He didn't want to talk, you feel me? And nobody wanted to talk, you feel me? Meg didn't really want to talk. Kelsey got immunity.
No, Meg said Tory shot me.
I mean, after she said it publicly, she had to come on the stage and say it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you getting called to testify. So some of that you gotta, you know what I mean, you gotta ride with in the court proceedings, right? You know, you can go on the stand and say whatever, but.
So you ain't taking the 10 for shorty?
Oh, no. Nah. Ain't no pussy good enough in the world to motherfucker take no 10.
Stitches.
Nah, I can't do no 10. None of that. You feel me? Not for nobody.
Guess what? Guess what?
That's crazy.
She did that shit.
That's crazy. Listen, you gonna point around the court like that?
Fuck that.
You gonna Nino Browner?
That ain't my wife.
You gonna Nino Browner? If I'm going down, everybody going down?
She did that shit.
Hey, no, I think real conversation, man. I think that, of course, the moment was nuanced, right? And people didn't want to come out and really say exactly what went down because it make everybody look in a bad light.
Right.
And so they all try to play the G code and try to be as silent as they could.
And you said
And
it.
then
You said
it
it
just went the way it went.
You said it in our earlier conversation before. He thought that he was gonna get off lighter than what he got.
Oh, he probably thought he was gonna maybe get off or maybe just get a couple, you know what I'm saying, and get,
Nah, when that judge
slap
shot
that 10,
at me,
boy, yeah, that
when
thing.
he shot, I would say, hold on,
That
we
10,
got to go back.
Yeah, that.
Let's
after then
reconsider
it's
it.
over, bro. Listen.
We got to reconsider this. That's why
Nah.
I can't do no crimes, because I ain't going to jail. Like,
Hey.
fuck all that shit.
Speak to the youth, man. You see the conversation, bro. Like
These
if you
little
ain't
YNs,
if
y'all
you ain't
better-
built for it, don't put yourself in that position, man.
And I ain't built for it.
You know
I
what I'm
ain't even gonna
saying?
hold you.
Simple stuff.
I like being able to go open my refrigerator on my own.
Hey, that's a simple luxury, ain't it?
You
know
feel
what
me?
I'm saying?
Like, that shit, they're crazy.
Hey, no, for sure. But again, we gonna keep riding through the conversation like everybody else, man. We gonna see what the outcome is. At this point in time, it don't look good for my man Diddy, though. You know what I'm saying?
But no, what about the little cute
And I say
shorty?
my man, that's crazy. Like I don't even know this
shit,
nigga, man.
boy.
Yeah,
You
see,
fuck with
I
him
caught
like that? You was
myself.
at one of the parties?
Nah, but if I was invited, I probably would have went to see what was
I
going
would have
down.
went too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably would have went peeped.
I wouldn't have been with the baby on
Yeah,
and shit,
nah,
but
but
I'd
I
have been in
would've-
there. I'd have definitely went to motherfucking Instagram
It was
so
some,
that I was there.
definitely some watchers.
Motherfuckers would have known that
now,
Lil Tay
we're
was
getting
there.
off topic again. We show
Right.
you, show
But
you,
what you think about the little cute shorty with the Bailey shorty and DDG? That's coming back up.
Again, I can't. This is similar to even like I said, we dropping all these celebrity names. It's becoming too prevalent because we also had the Keke Palmer situation too, like similar to the DDG, right? They going through relationship stuff. It's spilling out on the internet. People ain't supposed to be knowing all this conversation, and they got a problem. They supposed to take it up with the right people. Go to the law. You feel me? Don't put all your business on social media. Like,
I agree.
But they come to the social media with it, spread all their information, so everybody soak it up and they make their opinions for the same reason we talking about, because of how they feel, what they relate to, how they can see themselves in the situation.
Yeah.
So they soul searching themselves through these people's stories, like, and it's wild, like,
And I
we
think,
living like that.
I think that social media is, don't get it twisted, I love social media. I'm on that motherfucker at least 16 hours out today because I'd be bored and shit.
That's horrible. Your screen time is that bad?
I don't know what the screen time is, but I'm pretty sure I'll be on that bitch a lot. Sending shit to you and everybody else. Like, don't act like you don't be seeing that shit.
Oh, nah, bro. Nah.
But at the same time, I think it's really fucking up a lot of society because you go to social media with it first, and then now you got to come back and retract it. Or some people might have been doing it just for the likes or the attention, and then shit gets serious, and now it's like, oh, now I got to come back and retract, or the shit didn't add up the way, you know what I'm saying, it actually was, or some shit. And now it's like, because back in the days we had AOL. You had to make sure that nobody was on the phone, the house phone, and that was as far as social media that we had. Now it's like everybody has it, and it's easy access to do whatever and to get your story out or to get some attention, and it's just fucking up a lot of shit, really.
So 2 key points we gonna get to ourselves and feel me, and to the audience already is like you said, and like I said too, like waiting for the information. You know what I'm saying? Social media put out all kind of information fast. They gotta retract it. Sometimes it's misinformation. So you know what I'm saying? Take a moment, sit still, gather all the information before you put your opinion and bias into it, and take your own personal bias out of it. You know what I'm saying? Be objective to the conversation and see what's really going on. Even for the men, like, you know what I'm saying, if a woman's saying she going through some shit, she might be going through it, you know what I'm saying? We might need to take a little moment to say, hey, let me hear what that look like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
So that's what that is, you
to
feel
close
me?
that whole shit out, I just say, just protect them queens, man. Just protect the queens.
Big facts. We can put a stamp on that one right
Just
there.
protect the queens.
It sound like, hey, I can agree on that one, my G. So
Just
you feel
protect
me?
them queens, man. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So we talked about what? We know the WNBA popping on that side. We know about what's going on this side. So you see the duality of what's going on with some of the ladies outside. Let's wait on the men's side, bro. Look, we talking about protection. We talking about racism caught up in the mix of sports and politics and public opinion. How you feel about this man, Shador, man, and the Dion family, and how they gonna let my man slide down down in the, you know what I'm saying, the draft board like that. You feel me? What was the real message the NFL trying to send to us with this conversation, man?
So I look at it a couple ways. Let me ask you this question before I just answer the question and then I keep going what I'm going. Did you watch the draft?
Oh yeah.
How often do you watch the draft in its entirety?
Damn near never. I usually still catch the first 2 days, like everybody.
Okay.
Do the first 2 rounds, but outside of that, definitely be over with it.
And so I look at it like, I ain't gonna say I look at it. I feel like it could be a possibility of any type of thing. Like me personally, I watch the first round, I see who my Ravens get, and see where we're going from there. Then I might
He
check
still
back
gotta
in.
plug his Ravens in this conversation some kind of way.
You already know it, but I check back in and see what else is going on, but I don't watch it like that. I feel like the NFL, they could have been like, you know what? That man already got money. He comes from money. People are gonna view this. They waiting to see. To see.
But why these $1 billion people would be pocket watching what this young man get? Does that sound like some haterism? Anytime a nigga pocket watching another man, that's some haterism.
It is. Always. It is. But it also is like, it's still a business. Like they know that if they got viewers, they're gonna tune in for however long, 3-4 days. Motherfuckers don't watch the draft that long, but we watched this time because we wanted to see where he was going. We don't really watch that long. We don't really watch after the second round. We watch this time because, damn, when's your daughter going?
So your angle is you think that the main reason is basically
I didn't say that.
They needed some viewership, and so
I didn't say that. I said that could be it. I do feel like they did him wrong because the Browns selected him. They could have selected him earlier. And it wasn't like they picked something, they had a pick that was better than him. No, they didn't pick anybody better than him. He's going to be their starter.
Definitely real soon, for sure. How they try to play,
he's going to be their starter day one.
Soon, for sure.
He should be their starter day one. I feel like he is going to be their starter day one. So why did you wait to pick, you picked another quarterback? You waited to the end to pick this man? Why?
So
they did him wrong.
We touched on a couple points that I'm rocking with. You know, what this is boiling down to me in a certain way is a level of collusion. You feel me? Like you said, whether it's for the league to get viewership, whether it's the owners to teach the young man a lesson and what they feel like need to be a lesson. And I don't know what this weird space is where, you know, the media of the world want to humble athletes. Like if some of these people aren't already of good character anyway. Like what the word humble to me gets misconstrued in ways that I feel like people take it negative. Like if your motherfucking light is bright, why would you shine it if you're not being disrespectful to anybody else's light? Like it sounds like they want you to dim who you are in a certain way, and that's why I don't really like the word humble. Like it's like the opposite of just being, like you said, being yourself or being confident. Would you tell your son or your daughter to go outside and to not be proud of who they are and put their best foot forward, or we tell them to tuck their tail and dim their light for the next person? Like that's why that conversation to me be real weird anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
but also, my other point about Sanders, like I said, I feel like they did him wrong. He definitely shouldn't have went that low. Also, but allegedly, I don't know, they said his interviews were bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and part of that could have been him in there was, like you said, his arrogance. But why dim your light? You know what I'm saying? However, they said that man was in there like us with the shades on. The shades on his interview. Allegedly, I don't know, but they said he was in the interview with his shades on, bro.
Now, I respect the OGs, and I watch some of these people play. But I heard Chris Carter say some shit on ESPN, which I ain't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Still shout out Chris Carter. He a legend, Hall of Famer for sure. Yeah, for sure.
I used to motherfucking throw touchdowns.
He was like, he was saying something to me that felt like an old school type of mindset. Like, you know, this is like a job interview and X, Y, Z. Like, you got to come in here. And I'm thinking to myself, is it really though? Like when you like a super athlete or you a specialist in your field, even if you the top-notch surgeon, people are recruiting you. You know what I'm saying? People are telling you to come to them. Like it ain't like no regular job interview. You know what I'm saying? Like so
you saying it was cool for him? Allegedly, to walk in there with the shades on, bling on, all
Because
that.
he told certain people, I don't want to be here. So if you was at a job and you just had to go because someone told you to go to this interview and you didn't really want that job, would you be in there putting your best foot forward and shucking and jiving for niggas?
I asked you a question and you followed up with a question.
But that's my point. I would say no, because if I don't want to be here at this job.
So it was cool for him to walk in there with
He
the
was
shades
going,
on.
I think in that, in
Because
this,
he didn't want to be there.
in this point, it was certain teams or certain organizations he didn't care to be with. That was well known, well documented. Daddy said it, he said it. Some of these teams is trash, got bad coaches, bad organizations, no winning culture. Even they got maybe bad personnel. Their team may be trash.
Okay, so
If I got to go to this interview just to put a best foot forward, or I got to do a certain number of job interviews, yeah, I'm gonna go to one and maybe not
all right,
care
so-
to be there that day.
and I'm glad you said that.
You feel me?
So Mannings did it, and we seen that Dion them kind of did it. You think that's right though? Because of if you, let's say you had an opportunity to go to the league, your daddy wasn't a legend in the league. You think you're gonna just say, you think your dad gonna be able to say, my son ain't going there. You the best, whatever position that you is in the league, and you think that your daddy can be able to go and say, nah, fuck that, he ain't going there. You think that's right?
I mean, so now we're talking to the different layers of the conversation. No, it's not right. But some of what Shador going through is because he got the last name Sanders.
Yeah.
And his daddy is who he is.
Right.
You feel me? So,
But they did him different than they did Eli. Eli didn't have to wait. They said he not going there, and he didn't
we
go
know
there.
what that
He didn't
is. Be
drop.
straightforward. That's a little protection. You know what
But
I'm saying?
Dion said his son not going there, and then this motherfucker is damn near last pick. I mean,
So that was still like a politics. So don't know what type of relationships Peyton's had with different organizations and shit like that. What Dion has done, that could be a personal level or it could be another
I
level.
feel like both of them is wrong. Like if your son has opportunity to go to the league, whether it's the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, NHL, whatever, go. You can't say, he not going there because that team's sorry. Because you have the clout. Like,
so give you some
because
perspective.
there's people out there that don't give a fuck where they
I mean,
go.
we talking about this one particular situation with the Dion, but there's another rookie. I can't think of his name, but he's another young black man who got an opportunity to be in the league, right? He ain't signed his rookie contract because he like, hey, what y'all told me y'all was gonna put in this contract, it ain't really what it is. And if the team don't sign a contract while he doing all these workouts, he not guaranteed to get no money. So if he still get hurt right now while he in OTAs and practice and all that bullshit in between, because the team ain't still gave him they legitimacy, they want him on the team, ain't signed a contract, he like, I ain't gonna sign it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a lot of politics in this, in the business of NFL, which is gonna be one of my conversations. Like, why do they treat, athletes this way in the NFL? Like, especially young black men, because that's who make up most of the NFL. Like, what is the message that they're trying to send to us when they want to, again, teach you a lesson or not still do what the best is for their organization just to short you a couple dollars? Yeah, I'll take another one because, I'm passionate about my people. So I'm always, speak truth to power when it comes down to this conversation because, like, he's a talented quarterback. And one real conversation, I don't really get into too much college football just because it's just so many damn teams to like try to track, right? And you got 50-something players on each team, so it's a lot of kids trying to get into the NFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's my thing. Like,
it's a
don't
lot
tell
of
me you're
them.
not
You know what I'm
going there
saying?
when somebody would be grateful. Somebody didn't get picked would be grateful to go wherever they
And
get
you
picked.
sound like one of them niggas in the organization room talking about
Fuck
grateful.
that. Fuck that. Like, no.
I mean, they should be grateful, but grateful
No,
doesn't
I'm not
have to
saying
come
the
with.
player. I'm saying like the parent shouldn't be able to say, no, my son ain't going there because.
But every parent ain't Dion. And let's keep it a band.
No,
every
I'm not
parent
saying,
ain't Dion.
So what I'm gonna say is, and maybe I said it wrong, but Dion, he knows the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a regular kid that don't have a superstar dad, their dad is not gonna sit up and say, my son not going there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, Dion, he doesn't want his son to go to a bad organization. Nobody does. Even a regular parent don't want their son to go to a bad organization. But I guarantee you, if you have a son, if motherfucking the Jets said they wanted him or whoever the worst team is, you ain't gonna say, shit, fuck that organization, son. We could do better than that. Are you gonna do that? Yes or no, bro?
No, because I can't accept yes or no answer because you try to box a man into a corner, and the world don't like work
You
like
like
that.
Duke, right?
No, I'm a Tar Heels
Oh,
fan.
my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
wrong color.
Okay, so let me ask you this
Wrong color
question.
blue, man.
So if Duke said we want to give your son this fucking full scholarship, is he going there? And I don't hate Duke.
That still depends on what comes behind the ride of the scholarship. So this is what we're talking about. You have black people who have now intelligence to know better. They may even have the money to stand on certain principles, so they don't have to fold for these fucking organizations, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. They mad that this man got power enough and his family stable enough to be able to not sit here and just take some bullshit ass deal and just be grateful to get a little handout.
You know
They
what?
can motherfucking put their foot on their necks and say, I deserve to get this type of power,
You know
bro.
what? You know
and
what?
that's what they mad about.
You know what? This is all starting to make sense. I forgot.
That's what they mad.
I forgot. You like LeBron, so you really feel like that fucking power move to say shit.
Man, what?
Because
What's wrong with a little bit of nepotism on black side?
I didn't say it was anything wrong with
Nothing.
nepotism. I didn't.
On the
Because it happens.
on our side.
It's nothing wrong with it.
Because it's imbalanced.
Yeah, I didn't say it was anything wrong with it, but I'm just thinking about like, damn, that's why he feels so like he can do that because his home. Are you part of Clutch Sports or some shit? The fuck?
I mean, if they want to sign me, listen.
Shit.
I do great what I do. You feel me? Mouthpiece is amazing. You feel me?
You
Pause.
LeBron fans is crazy, but go ahead.
But nah, I think that's what this is, man. This is a power, and this is why again we gonna segue to a little bit of our next conversation. Is like, why is the NFL branded the No Fun League? It's because this is like the one sport out of all pretty much sports you think about, even international ones, where there's so many limitations to how a person can get a bag and be themselves. You feel me? Without being some type of button-up machine for a team. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you basketball, people got more free will. Like tennis, baseball, you can start playing early at 14, 15. You ain't got no like year requirements to go to college to start playing a sport like soccer. Like NFL they box niggas in. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So it ain't no fun. So if I had a kid, which you know what I'm saying, I don't have none yet, but girl or boy, you know what I'm saying?
What you waiting on? You fucking getting old, my boy.
Damn, bro. So listen, you right there with me. Your gray shining harder than mine today, you feel? But you right, you know what I'm saying? If I'd have knew better then, I'd have did better, you know what I'm saying? But things gonna work out the way it's supposed to.
Throw some shots out or something.
Now
bro.
for the kid, now
Give me some shots
I ain't giving out no shots. They know who
I'm
they
trying
are.
to throw you some shots, bro.
Yeah,
Shots fired,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Oh, you too? Yeah, you need some, cause you out here, you coming for me today, bro. Oh, you coming. Matter of fact, listen, that's how I go. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm putting my kids in sports, but I'm thinking to myself now, do I want my kids to be well-rounded where they can try different sports outside of trying to go to the NFL? Because
I'm gonna say this before you keep going. You about to be the 60-year-old parent out there trying to run up the field with your child, bro. Go ahead.
I'm going to be one, son. Hopefully, I get my life together and be fit.
You good, bro? Like fuck it. It is what it is.
You gonna be one too, though.
40's the new 20. I guess if you want to say that shit.
Damn. We re-rocking Jay-Z shit like 20 years later. That's wild.
Fuck, bro.
That's crazy. But no, so we talking about different ways to get a bag. And we know obviously the NFL be blocking that. That's what it sounds like.
Because that man Shador lost a lot of money dropping the way the fuck he did.
Man, come on now. I mean, the first pick got like 48 or like 40 something. And my man Shador got 4.
That's fucked.
Can you imagine losing 12 times the bag and you think you just as good as the man? Matter of fact, they worked out together. They homeboys. They're like best friends in a way. You feel me? So you working out with this man every day. You think that you just as good as this man because y'all out there putting in the same work.
And honestly,
he get 40-something million more than you?
Honestly,
that's disrespect.
You can't say that he is that less of a player than Cam Ward at all. Cam Ward, he went to the U. Shouts out to the U. You know, that's my squad. But anyways, Cam Ward, he was up for Heisman. Shador, he had some records and he had a very good season. Even though it was at Colorado, he still put up numbers where he definitely should not have been where he should have been as far as quarterback. He should not have been drop that far. They did that man dirty, and I don't give a fuck if his dad was Dion, Donald, AJ, whoever. They did that man dirty, and that's fucked up. And I hope that man go out there and show. I don't want him to do too much because he's in my conference, but I do want him to have a good season. I want him to have a good season. He's going to lose to the Ravens twice, but I do want him to have a good season.
We gonna
I want
see.
him to have a good career. Not Tom Brady.
He'll probably lose because he won't be playing.
I don't want to have a Tom Brady like career because that means he'll end up beating my Ravens. But I do want him to have a really good career. Now, if he comes to the Ravens after Lamar retire,
They're not gonna let Shador go. The bag is too good with that whole situation. But like you said, if I got a kid, I'm gonna put my kid and steer my kids in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Where they can see the potential of themselves a little bit differently than they can, as far as the actual NFL. You know what I'm saying? So
time out. So if you have a son, when you have your son, you think he's gonna be good in basketball or football? What was you good at?
Nigga, I'm a triple threat out here.
Oh shit.
You
All right,
feel me?
cool.
I mean, you asking me.
You got it?
You asking me, right?
All right, cool. So you think it's
I
in the genes that he's gonna be an athlete regardless?
Ain't he gonna be a Johnson?
Respect.
Ain't he gonna be a Johnson?
Respect.
So, but I'm saying, I started out playing, go through the evolution of sports. I started out playing, you know what I'm saying, baseball first. Then I did football.
What position you played in baseball?
I
that makes
I
sense.
played for a long time, so I played multiple positions. I ain't gonna lie to
So
you.
what you think your best position was then?
I enjoyed actually playing.
Not what you enjoy,
No,
what
no,
you think your best position?
What I enjoy also made me part of it though. So I enjoy playing in the infield, playing like second base and shortstop. You feel me? I'm quick enough, have reaction speed. You know what I'm saying? To get to the back, to get to them fast balls if I needed to. But I did play outfield too, cause I could sprint and get to the ball.
Could you hit?
Of course.
How many
I'm
home
trying to
runs
tell
you
you.
had in your career in Little League?
In my career in Little League, that sounds like bro, who the fuck knows that?
I had one.
You only had one?
Yeah.
Then that's the only one you can count?
I only had one.
That sounds tragic. So how long did you play baseball though?
I had one home run. And I played baseball from I played T-ball all the way up until middle school. And I had one home run in my career. But I still was like that. Like I was still that nigga.
it's not
Even though
always
I hit home runs,
It's not always about home runs. You're right.
I was one of the best base stealers in history of the fucking base stealing.
Nah, so I played baseball for so many years, like you said, pretty much from a little league and T-ball all the way up to middle school type shit, for real. You know what I'm saying? I stopped in middle school because when I started playing football. They in the same season, so you couldn't do both really. You know
If you was that nice of an athlete, they was gonna let you play both. Cause that's what I did.
I wasn't doing that.
They let me play. They said we gonna wait for Big Dog to come out.
Ain't enough time for other things, brother.
They said we gonna let Big Dog come out there no matter what time
I
season ended.
I still want to be outside.
Cause you always been that Diddy type nigga.
Oh man, no Diddy. See, he wanna still trying to implicate me.
Man, let's talk about this
allegedly.
Other shit,
Back to this to the NBA shit, cause this is what we're talking about. The NBA, you feel me? Or just in general, I'm gonna put my kids in different sports, but the NBA was popping. You know what I'm saying? We doing the whole, of course, this is like the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we got predictions on who's gonna win this championship. We're gonna run through that.
We late into it, but we're gonna do it.
At the same time, though, this is like a new type of time with the NBA. Like,
oh yeah, cause your boy LeBron got.
I mean, he's not there. I mean,
He got knocked out early.
What's your team?
The Lakers.
Oh, okay. So I think you probably in the same place my boy at. You know what I'm saying? Who your favorite player?
Right now, in the league or all time?
Yeah, no, right now in the league.
Steph.
He out the playoffs too, so it sounds like you in the same boat.
He was hurt.
It don't
If
matter.
my man would have been healthy, guess what?
They probably would be getting spanked right now by the Timberwolves. Who they gonna play?
Fuck out of here, boy.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that. This is the passing of the guard right now. We're watching like all the Hall of Famers, all the OGs, the vets. You feel me? Like potential Hall of Famers, all them people. The KDs, the Stephs. You know what I'm saying? LeBrons, the Currys. You know, and I'm missing some.
how you feel about them talking about Ant knocking everybody off?
I like his swag. I like
Ant Man, that guy.
I
He
like
pissed
I
me
like
off
I
the
like
other
his
night
swag.
though when they motherfucking went against the damn OKC at home and he fucking sat down in the fourth quarter and get me them extra 5 points that I needed. Fucked up my parlay.
That's what you mad about?
Fuck yeah. I knew he was gonna go off, but y'all didn't have to blow him out like that by 40. Let me get my parlay
still
off.
gonna- they still gonna-
and
they
you
still
owe
gonna
me
lose.
you owe me $310.
They gonna lose this series no matter
And you
what.
owe me $310, bro.
Just so you know that they're gonna lose the series no matter what. Okay, going to the finals.
Shea doing his thing.
So I like his so I'm saying I like his swag too though. That's the nuance of the game. Like Ant seems to be just kind of like you said, more of a, you know, outgoing type of individual. You feel me? And Shay don't say too much. They both putting up buckets. They both dropping 30 in your head every night, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't really matter.
So I'm gonna say this about that. And Jordan is my GOAT. Kobe my favorite player ever. But Shea getting a lot of fucking fouls called all throughout the season and playoffs.
Are you one of them people that's believing that story?
Believe in what story? You obviously know what
the foul story.
man, I seen this man run to the basket and he lost foot and
I
he
wish-
fell and they called a foul.
I wish I could. Sometimes things happen. That's just one play. But you know,
it happens a lot.
Yeah, but see, we in the era now where they got mad cameras around. Some of your greats ain't never had 2,000 cameras in the stadium. They had like one. They had one white dude running the sideline with a camera.
What the fuck that boy Rich Homie said? I had to take my glasses off.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you this now.
that don't mean
Shea-
shit to me.
Shea get a lot of fouls called that sometimes they questionable. The greats get the questionable calls. I will agree to that.
So you admit he great.
Shea doing his thing.
So if he's getting the calls that greats get, are you admitting that he's great?
Some of it is questionable. He's
All right,
getting
so
them.
I can't bring up the stat
I can't
line.
say he's great now because
Well,
he's
not-
still in his prime. He's still.
I could probably find it. I'm gonna put my research team on this beforehand.
We need a
But-
stat, baby.
But yeah,
Shout out
that
to
would
It
be
Is
dope.
What It Is.
That would be dope. But at the same time, I seen a stat on the internet that said basically, if you run back the last 5 years, from like 2020 to 2025, Shea is like ninth on the list of like average free throws to the list, like to the league. You had people like Tim Duncan who got more fouls than he did at some
Agreed.
point in time. You had people like Harden. So like,
James Harden.
yeah, but
doing
like
numbers are great.
he was still averaging less free throws a game than like 9 other niggas, you know what I'm saying, in the history of this time period. So it's like you said, when you great, you're gonna get the calls. When you playing the ball the right way, going to the basket. Cause see, one of the things people be mad about too at the same time is that we live in an era now where everybody's still talking about the 3-point ball and analytics.
Right.
You don't get fouled shooting threes. You get fouled when you go into the motherfucking paint. You get fouled when you go into the basket, when you being aggressive, or you in the paint.
Right.
So to even get a foul potential call, you probably got to be attacking the basket, which is a quality that you like in your player. He being aggressive. He going to the rim.
Bro, what I'm telling you is, I watched fucking sports, and I've seen this man really run to the basket and lose footing, and they call a foul because a man is close to him. And I'm not taking nothing away from Shea Game.
It sound like a hater.
No, he's deserving of the MVP.
Sound like a hater.
He's deserving of the MVP. He's deserving of some of them calls, but it's the playoffs too. That's one. It's the playoffs. Some of them shits, bro, chill the fuck out.
So when
And
it
that's
comes
what happened-
when it comes to the playoffs, this is why I'm getting lost in the caliber of like, you know, where sometimes the old heads come in conversation. Even though
You an old head, too,
we
your
in
damn
this
self.
conversation. But see, I'm also smart enough to see how the game evolves. Players are gonna play by the rules of the game or the era they in. And if they can learn how to benefit that rule for themselves, they're gonna do so. Like in Jordan era, illegal defense
Goat era.
was a different thing. So you couldn't stand in the paint and just rock back and forth and put your 1 foot out and 1 foot in every 3 seconds and get a call. You had to be guarding your man. You had to be almost an arm length of your man. So they could put like 4 niggas on one side of the court because you got to be touching your man.
That's where they
and
put
Jordan
illegal
could rock
defense in.
off against a small nigga on the other side with nobody coming over there.
That's why they call it
And
illegal
so-
defense now.
So that's what I'm saying. He played in an era that was possible, and now these young dudes are playing in an era where they understand the game now. I got a gather step. You feel me? That wasn't a thing back in the 80s.
But they're
like
not
that.
even calling that consistently now.
Well, that's on the rest. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Ain't got nothing to do with that. I think that every player got these advantages. How can they use it skillfully? And that's based upon how you as a player can know your craft.
And Shea is definitely
feel me?
using to his advantage. But off that,
Shea takes the probably most mid-range or drives to the baskets.
then a lot
So
of
if you're getting drives to the basket, you're gonna get more fouls. Jalen Brunson be flopping too. Let's not act like he not a foul merchant. He be jumping into people.
don't
feel me?
do the 6 foot
Come on.
under niggas like that. Let them live. Let us live.
But he's doing the same game. You want him to get a different call because he's a certain person.
Don't do
it
a
sound
6
like
foot
Shea,
unders like
right? You want a particular circumstance for this
You
one
one
player.
of them niggas.
I like shit to be fair, my G. That's all. So if the game is
If
like
you
this,
fouling my little ass, pause.
where,
You fouling me.
where did Shea learn this craft from? Who was the one that created this craft in our new era that Shea's probably learned this shit from?
I don't know what you talking about, honestly.
Harden. Let's be for real. What this nigga doing is an example of what Harden did for about 3-4 years in Houston. That averaged him 30-some points, which is the only reason he's even considered to be a great nigga, because at this point in time, he was averaging 30 points because he was shooting 15 plus free throws a game. And this is why you consider him a great scorer, because he went on a run where he could ISO you and run you to the basket, and he was attacking the basket and getting fouls. At the same time, he was still getting 4-point fouls because he was throwing his legs out. Shea don't do none of that.
You done?
But he learned how to take that craft and be better and more efficient.
You done?
Big facts. Go ahead.
James Harden, and when he was doing his thing, he was doing his thing.
Which was when?
Fuck all that
In Houston,
drawing
right?
fouls.
In Houston, right?
Houston. Fuck all that drawing
That's
fouls.
when he
shit.
learned to start
He
drawing
was putting
fouls.
up buckets. That's why he's a great. Not because he was getting
Nigga, he was
fouled.
drawing fouls.
That man was putting up buckets.
He is actually the person who exaggerated the gather step the most in
Opinion,
history.
that's your opinion.
And the most in history. His little stutter
That's a
step
fact?
3. Go look at the tape. You can tell
I'm
me.
asking you.
Hey, the probably worst in history of how exaggerated his 3-point step back is. He used to
definitely be trying
flop
to
his,
that
kick
shit
his
sometimes.
legs out on the 3-point line all the time. Like Reggie Miller a little bit. He learned that from somewhere else too, right? He a student of the game. He took all these qualities and put it into one package where he can now shoot a 3, draw a foul, go to the bucket, grab your arm, throw up a shot, get a foul. He learned that craft. That's what got him to average 30-some points.
So what I'm saying is, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's evolvement and it's about learning it, and it's about.
And Shea took that craft and he do it
I
more
ain't taking nothing
efficiently.
from Shea.
Because I'm going to tell you what's the difference between Shea and Harden is that Shea going to get to the finals and Harden never been to one. That's going to be the difference.
You throwing shots at Harden?
That's going to be the difference. I ain't going to lie to you. Same game, more control.
So you telling me it's OKC in the finals from the West?
OKC in the finals.
Who they playing, the Knicks or the Pacers?
Indiana. That's what I'm going with. OKC and Indiana.
What the helly? What the Halliburton?
Sounds weird as fuck, don't it?
What the Halliburton?
For the NBA finals. Oklahoma and Indiana.
That's
that sound
crazy.
like yeah.
That's wild.
That sounds crazy.
And I honestly thought the Knicks was gonna do it, but they lost 2 at home. That shit looked bad.
We're gonna see
They
tonight.
got all the
Actually, matter of
stars.
fact, you know what I'm saying?
They got all the stars there in New York.
It's
Fat
Memorial
Joe
Day
sitting there
weekend, so
on
we
the
gonna see.
side.
Matter of fact, let's take a shot to the
It's a holiday weekend.
Yep, to the what I said it was.
Family, a day off.
We not doing all holidays. They not all built the same. So you feel me? Certain holidays we not planning to that no more. So we moving forward. We doing family days off.
Yeah, my man Prez already done claimed it.
This is what we doing now, moving forward. So
If it ain't our holiday to celebrate-
if you become a thing, you already see when you see it first, right here on the Culture Cartel
Prez said it. If it ain't our holiday to celebrate, it's just a day off.
with the family. You feel me? Family day off. That's what we doing with it.
Go ahead and motherfucking
I take a shot to that. Toast to
go
the
ahead
family
and,
days off.
and get some money off.
So I'm thinking definitely OKC and Indiana. I still was surprised. OK got blown out yesterday with that game, like 30 points. That was still worrying to me. You feel me? But
It wasn't a worry to me. I was surprised they got blown out. I knew they was gonna lose. Like I said, Aunt, you owe me $310. You done paid all them girls that money for child support. You can give me $310 because if you'd have got them 35,
damn, you sound real crazy.
fuck that shit.
Yeah, you sound like a little dealer employee.
That's how you coming
You
at me?
asking another nigga to
Pause.
pay you for some money for your loss? That sound crazy.
Nah,
son.
I'm just saying if they wouldn't have blew him out, he would have played in the fourth
Sound
and got
crazy.
them 5 extra. I don't give a fuck. You would have got them 5 extra points, and that would have been a little bit of extra money. We could have been out there and
Hey.
celebrating a little bit with.
Nah, I can't count nobody else's money, especially not no nigga.
You right, but
Now to my my
But-
ladies.
nah.
Yeah.
So do you think that the NBA is changing the guard now? Like LeBron is out,
Oh,
Steph
yeah,
out,
man.
KD out. Like what's going on? Like, do you think it's in good hands with what's going on with my boy Ant, with your boy Shay?
Speaking to my ladies, one thing I be trying to tell them about why men like sports is because like, we watching history like in front of us, right? So, I mean, we done seen some greats in our era, right? Luckily, you can count a whole bunch of them. That's gonna be legends of the game for the story of the NBA. Like you done seen KD, Curry, Harden, Bron, Jordan's, Kobe's. We done got to see these people that's gonna be like icons of the history of basketball forever. So like girls don't realize sometimes like when we watch sports, like we kind of watching what's in the now plus what's gonna be like history. Like we in tune to that.
Right.
But it's definitely the passing the guard right now. All the vets out the league right now, bro. You feel me? They 30 plus, and you are in the week. Listen, I'm 40 this year. You know what I'm saying?
Old as shit.
Blessed. You know what I'm saying? To be saying that. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, listen.
Ain't that what the fuck that was? Damn.
But they say don't do it. Don't do it like that, bro. Are you serious? All right, bet. But like keeping in the band though, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to be the top athlete at 35.
So how you feel about your boy LeBron? You think he coming back? What he gonna do?
LeBron is at this point in time at a place where he just pigeonholed to his greatness. That happens. All champions and all great people gotta go out when they on top because if you stay too long, people gonna criticize those back years.
So he
You know
going
what I'm
out on top? You think?
He gonna still go out on a reasonable time period. You feel me?
So he got one more season? Well, a couple more seasons? What you think?
He technically can do more than one or two. Now, does he want to do it or does the world want him to do it? That's different. But physically, I think he can definitely put up, 15, 18, 20. You know what I'm saying?
You know
25
what?
for the next couple of years for sure.
You know what?
That's easy work.
You know
And
what?
for a nigga who's 40 years old to put up 15 points in a game, that's crazy work.
So let me ask you this question. So my Lakers, we brought in Luka, right? We brought in Luka.
Oh, now
Was
we
that
talking.
was that changing of the guard for LeBron to be like, okay, LeBron is that chapter is over with. Now we got a new person in there.
Big
On
facts.
top of, is it crazy that Dallas gave us Luka and then they got the #1 pick with they captured the flag or what? What's up?
Oh man, so we talking about the politics and of sports.
I didn't say politics. You brought it up, but go ahead.
I mean, we touched on it
Run with it.
on the football, right?
How they saying,
how they treat Shador, right?
You got it, big dog.
How to draft a certain way.
You got it, big dog.
Now with the NBA,
That's Prez saying politics again.
come on, everything in life always got politics in it. You feel me?
Go ahead with it.
Hey, that's an old Jay-Z goddamn lyric. What it say? Politics as usual. You feel me? But for the NBA, they need to have certain teams popping. For the WNBA, they need to have certain conversations going. So we talked through this whole conversation of the day about how you need storylines in the NBA or in sports. You need entertainment factors. You need popular figures. You need maybe a rivalry of certain type of ways.
Agreed,
These are
100%.
type of things that make sports intriguing. Because without that, you don't have the nuances of fans and the enthusiasm of all what that causes. So
Was it rigged?
the NBA shit.
With Dallas getting the number
You
one
see,
pick.
I went back and tried to watch it, and after we talked the other day, I watched it again, and I'm still not 100% sure. But
You ain't putting it past it.
I don't put shit past nobody, especially not them folks. I don't put shit past none of them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, so this is my personal opinion. Until somebody can tell me how it was rigged or give me some actual evidence how it was rigged, I feel like it's crazy, it's wild. It is like shit. That's some weird shit.
I mean, so
But
as a man who done lived long enough, being 40,
yeah, old
you done
ass
seen
lady.
some wild shit that you know is possible. That ain't got nothing to do with sports.
So was
Sports
it
is
rigged
like,
or not, AJ?
I'm gonna say definitely it's politics. So if you're gonna ask my opinion, I'm gonna say politics played a factor in how things went down. You know what I'm saying? And who benefited from it, we'll never know exactly, because we're not privileged to know that. But the league definitely benefited from having a passing of the torch. They can't keep riding along with this kind of tell everybody Curry and LeBron and them niggas the best niggas ever, and they're getting older and niggas is busting their ass in real time. Like, that's why I like Ant being up in KD face or being up in
Fuck
LeBron
that.
face. Like, I
He a
love
YN. I think
love
Ant is
that.
a
Like,
YN.
I love that type of energy. But at the same time,
Ant is a YN.
Shea will still give you 30 and be quiet. It's the same type of vibe. Like, no, you not that dude no more.
Ant wanted to.
Like, I can give you that bucket like anytime I want to, really. Like, and that's what's still cool about Shea game, because I always like a smooth nigga too who ain't gotta say too much. Like,
So Ant is a YN. Shay is one of the Utes. You know that fucking. I don't know if you ever
the
watched
Utes.
the Utes.
The-
I don't know if you watched that.
You put him in the white category with the
The Ute. Nah, he one of the Utes.
the Ute them. Yeah, you
Yeah,
tell
I
me.
feel- you know what
Nah,
I
I
mean?
know what you talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like the NBA is still in good hands because they like Shay and Halle. What the hell?
I heard a
And
different
they
argument
be,
though.
They be
Different
and-
argument.
No, but listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. I wasn't even. I was like, Halliburton, he good, but nah, these playoffs, that man been showing his whole ass pause. You know what I'm saying?
So
And-
on a talking to that level, right? As we real basketball, you know what I'm saying, enthusiast type shit. Halliburton is not that dude compared to Shea or Anthony Edwards.
He's not.
If we separate the game of basketball into a place that sometimes we do it on the street level, which is one-on-one, he can't hold a candle to them niggas one-on-one. He is not guarding Shea or Ant at all on defense. Now, his offense will make it somewhere where they can't guard him, you know what I'm saying? But he can't hold them two niggas on a defense at all. Ant probably locking down both of them.
Agreed.
Keeping it banned.
No, time out. So this is what I'm gonna say.
So
None of them three is gonna lock none of them three down. Like when you're that type of player, the best you can, like when the scouting report comes out, we just want to minimize that shit. It's not like, oh, we're gonna put this person on Ant to figure out we're gonna lock them down. Nobody's gonna lock Ant down. Nobody. Whether you put the great defense, Artest, Bruce Bowen, nobody's gonna lock Ant down.
not one-on-one, no.
Nobody. Nobody's gonna lock Shea down.
Yeah.
Nobody is really like Halliburton is still in the NBA.
So on offense, if he got the ball, can't nobody hold him down. But now
It's not that
you
nobody
got to-
can't hold him down,
You got
it's
to
the fact
guard
that-
somebody though, Tay. Now if we not doing make it take it, or if you doing make it take it, nigga miss. Now you got to guard somebody, Tay.
I'm talking one-on-one.
In the game,
One-on-one, I'm telling you now.
So-
none of them gonna stop Jalen Brunson.
Are you crazy?
I'm dead ass.
Listen, I'm saying right now, the best person who gonna do that off the rip is going to be
Ant.
Ant, and then the next person gonna be Shea. And
I
I'm
ain't not-
gonna tell you why it's possible on a one-to-one. Because all the bullshit schemes of basketball go out the window. I don't have to look for help. I don't have to worry about your glitch and your pump fakes to pass off.
you're
I don't have to
100%
worry
right.
about that shit. Nigga, you 6 foot, you 200, and I'm like 6'4", 220. If I lock in on you 100% one-on-one every play, you're not getting off on me like that.
This is what I'm gonna tell you.
You're crazy.
This man been
Shea 6'5", 6'6", wingspan like almost the same. Then the nigga wingspan taller than Brunson standing up. He's not getting off. Like, he's skilled as fuck. He's going to still put up some buckets. But you talking about winning a game one-on-one? Crazy. Now, running a team where you can pass off and I can pump fake and all the type of shit where I got to help in a defender or a big, that's when the nuance of how your skill fits into your team. And that's why I'm keep going. And this is why Halliburton is still great, because he's a great team player. He's amazing in his shot. He not no lockdown defender. You don't give him no credit for that. He can play team defense because he got a teammate, but he's not super quick, super versatile, like slide ability, all that type of shit. He ain't no super jumper. Like, he ain't none of that shit.
I'm gonna tell you this now. It ain't even about. You think this man went this far in his career? He's been a smaller player his whole.
Who, Brunson?
Yes.
Yes.
He's been a smaller player his whole career. So
hand me that shot right there while you talking to me.
So what I'm telling you is, when don't matter what star it is, whether it be the James Harden that you say that got all this shit because of the free throws, whether it's Shea, whether it's Ant, whether it's LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. When you're that type of player, the game plan is we don't want that person to dominate the game. When I say dominate the game, it's dominate the game where it's like, nigga, buckets when it matters at that time. Buckets like, yo, we need a bucket. We know we going to him. If you can minimize that shit, or you can minimize the fact that, oh, boom, he drive to the rack. Now he kicking to the open man. Now it's all about all that shit. He kicking to the open man. But Jalen Brunson, because he is a smaller player, he's been a smaller player his whole career.
I'm not minimizing that, bro.
One-on-one, if you look at his game,
your size is talking through your chest right now.
No.
Say it with your chest.
How many times do you actually see? How many times do you actually see him get his shot blocked?
Not too often. That's facts.
Because that's part of his game. He knows, like, I'm gonna set up my shot. I'm gonna put this here. I got enough.
Oh, so we're talking about footwork and skill.
Time out.
That's one part. That's one part of it. I got you on that.
I'll let you talk. So now when he getting his shot off one-on-one, nobody's gonna stop nobody one-on-one. Defensively, yeah, he might be a liability. He will be a liability to Ant, Halliburton because they're all taller than him. But nobody's gonna watch nobody one-on-one.
We've played one-on-one through the lifetime of how you do basketball. So you can't say that can't nobody just shut a person down one-on-one. You've seen somebody more skilled, more athletic than another person one-on-one dominate them, even on both sides of the ball. You can't put every person side by side one-on-one, and you know that.
You're absolutely right, but nobody's gonna shut.
The
worst NBA player is not gonna even be shut down by a regular player. When you put some of the great NBA players against another one, you're not gonna shut them down.
Because they're still great. So they're now equally yoked. So it's a possibility that day. Like, what's my favorite football movie one time? Any Given Sunday? Nigga, at any point in time today, my willpower and a lot of shit can motherfucking goddamn overpower what you talking about. You feel me? Exactly. And even his small size. So you talking through your chest about being short, but it's okay. I love it. So the first point you said was how he can set things up in certain ways, you feel me? That goes out the window when a team sport is gone. And this is why we comparing 2 points about basketball that's unique between football, because you can't just line up two niggas, a wide receiver and a quarterback, or a wide receiver and a cornerback, and then you gotta have a third person to throw the ball, right? But in basketball, it can be like mano a mano. Size versus size, speed versus speed. You feel me? We can delegate it to a certain position if you want to and say it's unfair for Shaq to go against Jalen Brunson. But we can say no, just overall skill. If you just put these two men on the court, how they gonna perform?
One-on-one, I think, and Anna beat any of them.
That's-
I think Anna beat Halliburton and Brunson 1-on-1. Yes.
And probably still Shay. Possibly.
Yeah. And Shea too.
1-on-1.
Yes.
But that we
Shea
so
be
we're
next, but
so we talking about still
Brunson
all
also.
while we ain't talking about Tatum or Brown. Are they not in the echelon of these young niggas neither? Or I'm just saying like we talking about the new guard.
What's going. We talking about the 14 just here now.
You right, but they still
And
should be included in that conversation about the young
Tatum.
niggas.
So you know what? We have to wrap this shit up now because you almost about to get on my nerves because
I don't
the
care
shit you
about
talking
annoying
about.
you, nigga.
But I'm gonna say this shit here. Tatum, I hope you get a speedy recovery, my boy. But I want you to stop taking them step back threes. Put your motherfucking head down and go in there.
So you want him to be a foul merchant like Shea and drive to the basket, or to be like Ant, who sometimes you know why Ant don't get fouls? It's because he gets a victim to his physicality, because he's more physically dominant and he may not act into it. He don't get fouls. Shaq said it to himself. I used to get hacked on, and niggas wouldn't call no fouls because I'm big. The niggas was like smacking my arms and fouling the shit out of me. He said that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my thing is with Tatum, his game is so all around. It's not that.
he better than Ant.
Why you ask me that question?
Is he
right
better
now?
than Ant?
Shit, boy.
And
I feel like Anna YN. I feel like Anna YN. So sometimes them YNs they come from the like nigga. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
I'm gonna tell the family outside who watching the CLTure Cartel. I'm gonna tell you how I shut down your conversation earlier. We talked about this short man shit with one-on-one shit. Do you think that if Allen Iverson, one of the greats, one of my favorites, one of the most fierce competitors in the NBA, no matter what size, if he had to go against one-on-one with the Mamba, with no team help, no defense, nothing else,
he's not gonna beat the Mamba.
my point is, because this short shit don't matter. No matter his
no,
footwork,
it ain't even about hiding up. The Mamba is different, bro.
And and you think Jalen Brunson can still deal with
Jalen Brunson is not Allen Iverson.
That's my point. That's my point. And Ant is more close to the Mamba or Allen than even Jalen Brunson can be. So he got the size and skill set that
Bro,
fucking.
now you talking about basketball and hockey now. You out of control.
No, son. You're adding a person who's in this conversation who
the
should
Mamba
not
is
be
the Mamba.
And AI is AI.
Like you saying,
you think
Mamba
AI,
and AI?
Can
you talking about Jalen Brunson?
I'm gonna pull your card again.
Jalen Brunson. You think Jalen Brunson is right there with AI?
No. I'm trying to tell you. You think AI couldn't bust Jalen Brunson ass? One-on-one?
No, he's gonna bust Jalen.
Okay, now one-on-one, AI and Shea. Who busting ass?
AI.
Okay, AI and motherfucking Halliburton. Who busting ass? So now the only two niggas who actually physically in this conversation still left is Ant and AI. And this is why the other niggas don't motherfucking matter, nigga. This is why Ant will bust their ass too, cause you telling me they couldn't compete with a nigga like this nigga.
It's matchups, bro.
This is why Brunson ain't
So
winning.
will AI bust Ant ass? Answer
Who?
that. Will AI bust Ant ass?
It's
Crickets.
possibility. Possibility. Straight up, possibility.
AI bust Ant ass?
Fearsome. In your ass type shit. On your ass type shit. Fearsome.
Pause, Diddy.
Hey, well, shit. I'm in it, on top of it, pause. Like, that's what it is. He gonna be in that mix every day.
So, who you got winning the finals? Who you got winning the championship?
I'm going with OKC because of the matchups. It still surprised me that they had the blowout between Minnesota and OKC. So they may go longer than I thought it was gonna go. You feel me? It was looking like maybe a 5-game series. You know, maybe even a potential sweep because the first 2 games was like blowouts. You know what I'm saying? With Oklahoma and Minnesota.
But many had a
it
blowout
looked like
too.
a sweep.
OKC had blowouts at home. Many had a blowout at home.
So now it's gonna go like 5 or 6. I don't see it going 7. Now for New York and Indy, we gonna see tonight. You feel me? But I see Indy going maybe 4 or 5 at the most.
All right, so I'm asking you now. Did I win last episode? Well, I don't know if it's the last episode, but I think that I said that Boston was going to win the championship. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I said that.
I mean, the fans will tell us. You know what I'm saying?
Did I say Boston was going to win the championship?
I
think I did.
I don't be checking your bag.
And I think, but so now who's going to win the championship?
I'm going OKC. That's my prediction.
OKC win the championship. I think that Ant-Man and Minnesota going to win the championship.
See, and that's fine too. And you know why? Is that a team reason or Ant-Man reason?
Ant-Man is the chosen one.
So it's Ant-Man reason.
He's the chosen one.
So you see how our conversation went from
Boy, fuck all that shit you talking
from
about.
hold on, Brunson, Halliburton, and Shea,
New York is out of here.
and you told me Ant gonna win.
Son.
You heard it here. CLTure Cartel, OKC gonna win the championship. He say Ant-Man gonna win it. Either way, he gonna prove me right because he said Ant-Man the best individual athlete out the 4 people left in the superstars.
What I'm telling you now.
Right?
I wanted New York to I kind of wanted New York to do it, but the motherfuckers lost 2 games at home. What the Halliburton, all that bullshit. It's over with for them niggas. I hope it ain't, but
Well, y'all come see next time on episode 7.
Lil
Who win the
Tay,
championship? If I'm right or wrong, tap into my man, tap into the culture. What? Say it again.
Lil Tay and
Hey, he already know what time it is. It's the prayers. Always out. Holla at your boy.